But it's interesting that in an age of information, where information is abundant, we are also the least informed or the most misinformed. This is probably the most misinformed era in the history of the world.
I think that's a byproduct of our reliance on social media.
Yeah.
It's hopefully I won't be offensive when I say this, but it's dumbed us down.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything gets presented to us in a visual format, and we don't have to do any thinking.
No.
We just absorb it.
Right.
No? So, I mean, it could be both good and bad, depending on how it's used. I guess I'm kind of caught in the middle.
I'm just wondering,
Literally.
because there are still journalism schools
Right.
at the universities.
Right.
Assuming they have incorporated, social media, and I'm just wondering if some of the tools they used in the past in terms of storytelling, truth telling, how to vet your sources, and all of that. I wonder if that is still coming into play, because now again it's really about personality.
Right.
And who you like, and so I don't know. To your point, Mike, is like how much truth am I getting?
Well,
is this more just your opinion? How do I vet these sources to understand, where they're coming from, and how do I report in an unbiased manner?
Right.
And is that important? Because it's,
Yeah, I don't think it's important. I don't think
You mean being unbiased?
being unbiased or vetting. I mean,
Oh, wow.
people don't even vet stuff anymore. It's just, they see it on different news media. Different social media, for lack of being redundant, and they just accept it as a truth.
like cooking pets and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
In Springfield,
Eating them.
they're
Well,
eating the dogs.
they gotta
The
cook 'em,
people that
don't
came
they?
in,
You don't
they're
have to
eating
cook
the
'em.
cats.
They like have
They're
pet
eating,
sushi? Is that what
Pet
They're
sushi?
eating the pets
never had
of
no
the
grill?
people
No,
that
well,
live
But
there.
What's it? Origami dog?
No,
origami.
no, I
That's
have
the
not.
Origami's the-
that's the art.
Oh, yeah. That's like folks making the little paper
What is it?
things.
What is it? The sushi called?
Sushimi? I don't know.
Sushimi nigurushi?
What?
Lord.
Wait a minute.
No, isn't it?
We're gonna have to edit that.
Take that
I
out,
don't know what
man.
I'm not trying to be funny. Isn't there one that's called Nagri or Negrushi or something like that?
It probably is.
I
I
have
just
no
don't
idea.
know.
I don't know.
But
Okay.
I was going to say,
I'm sorry.
I think one of the things that's really contributed to the downfall of journalism is this breaking news concept. Because everybody wants to breaking news. They want to have it first.
They want to have it first, so they want to get the clicks and the likes.
And if you're
Right.
going to be first, you're not verifying. You just running with it,
Doesn't matter. Because you know what? What's that old saying? You can always go back and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. Better to ask
Better
for
to ask.
forgiveness than
Something
permission.
like that.
Yeah.
You can go back and say, what was it? I was misinformed. I
Right.
misread. I misquoted.
Right.
I misunderstood.
And so to your point, Derek, because in my mind, journalism back in the day would be like guys investigating, going out there, talking to people. It might take them 3 months to, get all this information and write this story. That's what I've envisioned a journalist. But like you said, now it's just personalities. If you have a personality, or if you are a very good looking person that can speak, you can be on TV on a news show, especially on the networks like CNN and all those shows are really not news to me, but they're like, I don't even know what you would call it. It's not news though, because they're not like sitting there reporting news. They're talking about the same thing really all day, every day.
It's opinionated journalism.
Right. And then you get some people there and get them to debate and, So it's just, I don't know. I don't know who the real journalists are. Because in sports, the former athletes have pretty much taken over all of that.
True.
Look at this deal Tom Brady got with zero broadcast experience.
Mm-hmm.
They paid him a boatload of money, man.
Boatload.
And it's like, what about the guy, to your point, they went to Northwestern School of Journalism and can't get a job?
It's not about that anymore. It's about recognition, facial recognition.
Man.
Who are people associated with? Just look at what happened with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, right?
Yeah.
How many people were actually tuning in to that? Was it Undisputed?
I think so.
To hear from or look at Skip Bayless,
Probably no.
right? They would go and look at Shannon Sharp.
Oh, man.
Right.
Who's it?
No.
Was that Shannon
Nope.
Sharp?
No.
Shannon.
No.
When did Shannon come in? I didn't know he was going to be.
No.
Well, Michael. Michael.
I didn't know he was coming,
I
Ken.
was thinking about the name Shay Shay. I was gonna call it Coach Shay Shay. But I decided to call it Coach Shay Shay.
Ooh, wee.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Don't do
That's
that.
pressing.
Where did he go? Shannon left? That was quick.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
left. Derek made him leave.
Shannon needed to leave.
Wow.
but so that is an interesting example, though, right? Because
Yeah,
Skip
yeah.
Bayless, obviously got his start in print,
Right.
so he did have his reputation and had his followers from print that came over. So I'm sure, obviously, he had his fair share of fans, and then Shannon being the insider, if you will, the athlete who has the experience, who can tell you, who can give you that perspective. I think it was good until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because whether Skip was trying to go for clicks or whatever, he made it just so personal.
He was hating. Skip,
And that was wrong. And that's not true
Yeah.
journalism.
he was hating because you have this guy who let's be real, didn't speak with the best King's English, right? Didn't have the best experience, didn't have the journalism background, and he was the face of the show. And here's this guy who, quote unquote, put in the work for all these years. It was jealousy. It was clear that when he was outshining, when Shannon was outshining Skip, it became a personal thing, and it was all about the attacks. And Skip unfortunately bought into, well, I'm of a certain breed, not just educationally, if you know what I'm saying.
But that's a good point, though, because if you think about it, particularly the talk shows, the different sports shows that they have that are out now on all the channels, they all have a retired athlete that had participated in whatever sport as part of that. Again, in the early days of ESPN, you didn't have that, right? You had
Right.
those journalists.
You had all
Yeah.
the journalists.
Yeah.
But you make it. But you make a very, very good point. Stephen A. probably being one of those journalists that has kind of transcended.
Yeah, but why is he transcended though? Because
Personality.
That's it.
That's
the
all it
personality.
takes these days, man.
he
And I'm not speaking to whether you like him or not,
Yeah.
or if you think he's a good journalist or not.
Yeah.
But
We're
not-
it is now
I'm
becoming.
not speaking. Okay, well, I'm gonna speak.
It is now becoming about. It is about the personality,
Right.
and it is just as
He's
you want
got-
clicks, the network has to worry about viewership.
I'm not a Stephen A. fan. If you haven't figured that out,
I'm not a big fan of
It
his either.
It perpetuates so many stereotypes. Just being loud, angry all the time. Trying to use big words that he can't pronounce half the time.
That's his brand, though.
That's his shtick.
So you get that
That's
personality,
his
and you
thing.
just turn that in. That becomes your
And
brand.
he played it. And
he's
played
gonna
it
keep
well.
doing it.
Not hating. He played it well.
I saw something today, and here's an example of where our sources of information come from. Because I'm going to say this, but I'm not quite sure if it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw it, but I don't know if it's true.
So you kind of proving the point.
That's what I'm saying. I have the information, but I don't know if it's
It hadn't
true.
been vetted.
And then how do I vet it?
Where do we
But
get that
anyway,
word vet?
Pardon?
Where do we get that word vet?
I don't know. Some white
don't
man.
You can tell he been in France. Pardon?
But is it?
Pardon?
Speaking to me.
Pardon? Pardon?
But anyway,
The big black American, pardon?
you said LeBron James. LeBron James.
LeBron James, what'd you say? Et pardonnez-moi.
Puff Diddy.
Come on, man. What were you saying, Mike? Come on, tell us what you gonna
I heard
say.
he was asking for $100 million contract.
Stephen A?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's how he views himself. He thinks he's like the top person out there right now.
The money will do that to you. Even
And
when
apparently
even
he's
if your
kind of
headline
running
starts
stuff
all the way
over
back
the
here.
ESPN.
But
kinda.
I mean, you think about. I mean, who are we talking about? We're not
Right.
talking about Colin
nobody got
Cowherd.
time for
We're
that.
not talking about Mad Dog or whatever
No.
the dude's name is.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Stephen
Stephen
A.
A.
Smith.
So that tells you something right there. So he probably is.
Yeah, he's getting. He's
They gonna
getting what
probably
he
give
wants.
it to him.
He ain't gonna. If he gets $100 million,
Because what if he said, "I'll just
we need to
walk."
get $100 million for this podcast.
boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Come on, I mean, we sound just as intelligent.
Snap.
We may not have
Cool.
we can't name drop like he does. I was hanging out with Jay-Z, you know, and the stupid legends, you know, if it was not knocking us, it was going to there.
Oh,
And
we-
I'm not saying, you know.
Stephen A. Smith
that-
over here now?
I wonder
Golly.
for knocking this.
When did he come in? When did he drive up?
He came in with Shannon.
I thought she
And
had
they and they both have left.
Please.
They have both left.
Come on, Ocho. Come on, Ocho. Come on, Ocho.
Now Ocho here too. Jeez.
Now,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
I was
yeah.
a ventriloquist, not a ventriloquist.
Impressionist.
You
but
could be a
but
ventriloquist.
but really, you know, it is an interesting time for sure in terms of where we get our news, how we get our news, and how we value that.
Stop high siding.